Well, hey everybody, welcome to Standing Still, where I speak the truth in love, because speaking the truth is love. I'm your friend Jason, also known as Tyndale's Beard, and today I want to talk to you about the memorial for Charlie Kirk. Now, I caught this yesterday, Sunday, after church, watched it on YouTube, and I've seen a lot of talk about the whole thing. For the most part, the people I follow, they were praising it, they were excited about it, they called it a revival. They're excited and emotional over the proclamation of Jesus Christ, the patriotism that was on display, and I do believe there was a clear presentation of the gospel. But I've also seen others point out that there was a lot of error mixed in with the truth, and there was a lot of spiritual confusion. And what I want to talk about today is the fact that, both of those things can be true at the same time. One of the difficult things about being an independent Baptist is that we are quick to seek out doctrinal error, and that's not wrong. I don't think that's a wrong thing. But in doing so, we often have a tendency to neglect the gospel. Now, I don't believe in gospel centrism, right? This is the idea that the gospel is the most important thing. Everything else is absolutely secondary and doesn't matter. And that's not what I practice. That's not what I believe. We do have the whole counsel of God, and I believe every part of it is for us to read, study, and grow. That said, there is some truth to the fact that in holding to doctrinal purity, right, in holding to separating from false teaching, unity that is truth-centered rather than feeling-centered, guarding against deception, warning about false teachers, when we do all of that, many independent Baptists have taken the attitude that we have somehow cornered the market on the gospel. And I think we need to remember Philippians chapter 1, verses 15 through 18, which says, "Some indeed preach Christ even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one preach Christ of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. What then? Notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice." Now, what am I saying? Am I saying that things like separation don't matter? No, not at all. Am I saying that I think Baptists, Protestants, Roman Catholics, and New Evangelicals should all hold hands and sing Kumbaya and just forget about our differences? No, absolutely not. But listen, I want you to understand something. When God began working in my life before I was saved, drawing me to himself, and I don't mean that he regenerated me. I'm sorry, Calvinists, that's just not a thing. But when he did that, I really had no idea what I was doing. Okay, I read books by men who I now consider to be rank heretics. Okay, I listened to Billy Graham's old crusades on the Christian radio station. I listened to Christian rock and roll. And I really didn't have a clue what I was doing. But as I kept seeking God, reading my Bible, he eventually drew me to churches where I heard the truth. But you know what didn't happen? No Baptist preacher ever knocked on my door. No Baptist church member ever befriended me and explained the gospel. Even when I did first join a Baptist church, nobody really took the time to examine me. And if they had, they would have found out that my salvation was false, that I was not actually born again. So in light of the Charlie Kirk Memorial, I just think that we as independent Baptists need to take a good, long look in the mirror. I believe that by and large, we do have a solid grasp on the truth. We have a solid grasp on the Word of God. I think we're right about a lot of things. There's a reason I am an independent Baptist and will stay one for the rest of my life. But we're not the only ones that God can save and use, right? I think if anything, that memorial that happened was really an indictment against us. Now, many independent Baptists are no longer getting the seed out of the barn. We're no longer good at sharing the gospel. We're more concerned with staying pure than we are with reaching the lost, when both of those things should be a focus for us. So I'm not calling us to forsake doctrinal purity and separation and all the truths that our Baptist forefathers have bled and died for. I'm not calling us to let go of those. I'm not calling for us to cease pointing out error and to ignore the confusion that was created at the memorial and other events like it. By all means, we should do that. But if we're going to just sit on the sidelines and cross our arms, rather than being passionate about the people that we say we're concerned for, maybe we shouldn't be so surprised when God uses those people who are willing to speak up and willing to proclaim the gospel. So just something to think on, just my thoughts for the day. I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please go ahead and click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And then make sure to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.